those things. He not concerned about us returning and getting our birth. I mean, it's good to have the knowledge. Don't get me wrong. I have the knowledge. But now what? Okay, now we know Babylon is screwing us royally. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what the curses are. Everybody's trying to establish getting land
It's
here,
5
doing
o'clock.
this and doing that. But it's not. That's not what our concern. Our concern is to circumcise our hearts and to live the best we can in this land, being a light to the world. Joshua says, render unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar is a deeper statement than taxes. That's deeper. Yahweh, let the government have, the government is evil. Let them have and do what they going to do. Mm-hmm. Render unto Yahweh what is Yahweh's. What belongs to Yahweh? You. We are his temple. Everybody think that's taxes. Render unto Caesar. Listen to that's deeper than a tax. That says, I understand what the government do. Don't try. Well, the argument is, should we do taxes? Should we get our birth certificate? Should we pay for license? Joshua could have said, render unto Caesar what is due unto Caesar to everything in government. He could have said it with the taxes, with land, with this. Stop worrying about reversing Babylon. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reverse Babylon. I will make the strict ways, the bridges and bear the bridges. I'm going to clean all that up. Yes, is it good to have the knowledge of? I ain't saying don't know it, but don't. It ain't something you preach. Hey, you ain't got to pay taxes. Hey, go back and get your birth certificate away. Go get your land. It's like you're trying to establish yourself here, when you should be working on you getting to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Is it wrong? Do we need a birth certificate? No, it's wrong. It's a notary for slavery. But remember, Joshua said in Matthew chapter 24 that we were referring back. We will return back to the grinding of the mill. Remember, he said the grinding of the mill, that's a slave's job. So we are going to return back to Korea and stuff, attacking America and the debt that we owe. All this is a process of sin. How Israel gets out of it is Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. The woman, she's carried into the wilderness on eagle's wings. Remember, Yahweh protects her. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's how Israel deals with it. It's not by learning this stuff and opening this up and doing this and so forth. It's just you got to be very careful with what you learn Babylon is doing to you. As long as you don't let it consume you, you know what I'm saying? Try to live through the system. I actually can live off of the money that the government do this. No, that's not being that's not being Yahweh's light at all. As long as you don't let it consume you. That's all. Good information. I know all that stuff too. Same thing with mortgages. Mortgages, we shouldn't be paying mortgages on land. We shouldn't be paying property tax. This is all the way evil. You got to understand, Yahweh is letting Babylon. You know how when you boil water and the top, it gets to the boiling water. Mm-hmm. Yahweh let Babylon boil over. He's letting her build her sin up like Genesis chapter 11. So all she doing, when he finally smacked her, she has a list of things that she's done wrong to mankind. So this is supposed to happen. So understand something. Let's not play either. Some of the things that Babylon is doing to us that is wrong allows us to have certain luxuries too. You see what I'm saying? Because it is a very difficult life when you don't have a birth certificate, when you don't have a license, when you don't pay taxes. You basically got to go off the grid and throw a rod. If you're ready to live that life with flashlights and so forth, then okay. But don't play like what Babylon do to you. She let you have your movies, your nice clothes. So be ready when you're ready to go against her. Be ready to let her go all the way. Mm-hmm. Don't let her go with a birth certificate, but still do this. Mm-hmm. Don't just let her go with this. And still, if you're ready to let her go, let her go. Mm-hmm. Go off the grid and live, with wood toothpaste, whatever you're ready to do. Because she is in everything. Babylon has affected everything. Mm-hmm. That's why Yahweh's mercy is so important to us. Because how we talk is sinful. How we dress is sinful. How everything we do in Babylon is something pagan mixed in it. That's why we need the law and Yahweh's mercy, because no matter how righteous we are, from Zacchaeus to Eldamiah, we all are doing some type of sin because we in Babylon and she's mixed in everything. She's in the clothes, she's in the food, she's in the way we talk, she's in the government, she's in everything. So you need the mercy of Yahweh because there's some things that we doing are just unconscious. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why I say, you got certain people that can get a hold of them books and be like, okay, I understand. Then you got some people that get a hold of it. Yeah, brothers. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, brothers. Yeah, we need to get our own.
I'm not really ready.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the thing is, because even with that too, like you said, we will have to have our own school, our own grocery markets, our own banks and hospitals. It's like that needs a community.
That's all good, right? Every time you set out to go get your own schools and your own things, nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, if we can do all that, where is the curses?
Right.
Where's the curse? Like, we fighting against the curse. It's some things that just can't happen until Yahshua comes. Now, I'm not saying certain Hebrew groups can't have some piece of land and have a school on it, because they do. They exist. Elder Meyer and them got the school of Obadiah up there. But I'm talking about a wide. You think that's going to happen on a wide scale with us? If it happens on a wide scale, then we actually fighting against 28. Chapter 28, because if we can do all of that, then where's the curses? It says who has more credit and debt problem than black people? You know what I'm saying? And then that's what 28 said. It said they should be the head and you should be the tail. They should be the debtor and you should be the creditor. If all our credits start getting clean, then we fight against 28. You know what I'm saying? We can't Messiah ourselves. A remnant can come out and do good. A remnant can come out. Yaakov can do well financially and have a day. We can see little remnants of Hebrew groups doing things. But as a nation of Israel, we ain't going to get right till Yahshua. He is the one that's what make us get right, is the pressure of the curses. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Israel, that's what made Israel cry out to Yahweh. Remember, he made them do the straw and the pressure of the slavery of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh ain't going to open up no schools until we all united in one name. Yahweh ain't going to open no schools until we all united in the new moon Sabbath or the regular Sabbath. See, that's what he care about. You think Yahweh care about your birth certificate or new moon or flat earth or the sacred name? See, that's Yahweh. It's like Yahweh gotta, it's like putting a white suit and you ain't took a shower yet. Putting a white suit on somebody and took a shower. It's like, take a shower first before you put your nice clothes on. So Israel got to clean herself. Remember, Yahweh couldn't take Israel into the promised land until he cleaned their bickering, until he cleaned their stiff-neckedness, their complaining. And then that group didn't actually even go. That group was too far gone. It was their children that went in. He tried to show it. So Yahweh ain't doing nothing on no big scale with us. And he opened up a school for us, and we Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yahshua, new moon Sabbath, covering the head, not covering the head, not teaching this. What he more concerned about? Yahweh got to clean Israel. That's why he talk about water, bathe her. But what did the priests have to do before they offered up sacrifice? Bathe their nails, their toes, their body. Then remember, the water was made like a laver. Before the priests got into the water, they looked at themselves, a mirror. They were able to see themselves, whether they clean or not. Remember, Jacob says, look into the mirror and see whether you got something on your face. So the water functioned like a mirror and a cleanser. You got to see yourself. And all the priests were united in the temple. These Levites knew they did this job. The Levites didn't say, well, we supposed to cover this backwards, but we do this. They were united on their jobs. That's why the temple of Yahweh worked so well, because all the priests were united. None of them bickered and argued against, well, actually, Yahweh said, light the candle left to right, and you light the candle right to left. And the temple would have been disarray. So Yahweh ain't concerned about schools, history, prophecy, until we unite under his name, until we unite under his doctrine. And that's never going to happen until Yahshua comes. That's why Yahweh says, I got 7,000. Eliah, I got 7,000. I got 7,000. I know all Israel ain't going to do this, but I got 7,000. Everybody thinks they want to unite. We all aren't. Yahweh tried to show that with the tribes. We all aren't brothers and sisters. What makes you my brother is we unite in sound doctrine. Remember in Acts chapter 12, when John's disciples met Paul and them. Remember, John's disciples said that we never heard of the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Remember, you got Joshua's disciples, John's disciples who believed in Yahshua. And Paul and them, before they could unite as a group, what's the first thing the disciples did? Gave them the Holy Spirit. They had the. They said we not even under. We didn't even because they were still under John's mindset. They knew about the Messiah. So for them to connect with the assembly, they didn't say, "Well, we understand that John taught you this way, and we taught y'all." No, they gave them the Holy Spirit so they could be like this, and they were now John's disciples connected, so they came further. See, that's what the group has to do. We can't be together with one group. For example, you know it, Pharisees. Pharisees believed in the resurrection, the Holy Spirit, and anger, but the Sadducees didn't. Therefore, they what? Split. So how can you be with other people that don't have the united understanding you have? We think, how can two walk together? We agree. We think about that through marriage. No, that's together. That's why I said that I love Ahmad, I love you, I love all of them, but this from a distance. Remember, Jacob and Esau were brothers from a distance. 20 years they didn't agree. 20 years. It took their father's death to bring them together. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob still wanted Esau to bow down to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about us having some things. That's why we have to unite. Joshua, when Joshua came, what group did he unite with? Did he get with the Pharisees? Did he get with the Sadducees? Did he get with the Zealots? Did he get with the Karaites? No, it's his own group. I'm telling you, man, I know I'm a broken record, and I know you ain't going to hear nothing I'm saying because you're just going to go right back and do the same thing. But please, just for judgment, when you stand before Yahweh, he knows I told you these things, man. Unite it. It's not that you feel like you better than them. That's why I knew that I was going to chop it up for Sister Abigail. See, Sister Abigail was looking for Yahweh in pureness. And he brought her to the assembly. She'll be moved down here in a month.
Okay.
So that was I was there for that because she had the ear. She had the ear. She wasn't for no foolishness. She had the ear. It's a certain ear. You know, it's the woman in the crowd. All of them Hebrews. And Joshua said, all of us touching you. All of them. But it was a certain woman. She had the ear. Everybody talking to him. Everybody touching him. But it's brother. It's up to I tell you, man. Everybody like to hear their own voice. But then there's some people that just want them. That just want them. I ain't a scholar. I don't know. I just want you. However, you know, that's a rare thing. That's why I am with y'all. I don't care. I just want him. However he is. That's how. What is it? Whosoever will, let him come. The scriptures say, right? Very few people. We our own ways get in our ways. I'm a Hebrew teacher. I'm this. I'm a God. I'm a this. It's like we get in our own knowledge. And since you say you see, your sin remains. But some people, Yahweh, I don't know what I'm doing in this life. I just love you. I know your name. I just guide me. It may be a struggle for me. I'll go where you tell me to go. I'll do what you tell me to do. I just don't understand you. Just let me know it's your ear. Let me get out of my own way. Very rare thing, man. Very, very, very rare thing, man. Very, very rare thing, man. Everybody do something because they can do it. No, I don't. I love all y'all. I love all y'all, but it ain't nothing personal. I just got to go where he tell me what's appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You got, I don't know, everybody, I don't know. But, you know, and you have the ear, you just stubborn. You just it's like a mule, like you're afraid or you like to, I don't know what the heck, I can't pinpoint. You understand, you know what I be saying be right. But again, it's like somebody saying, man, you shouldn't be with that girl, man. And you right, she ain't no good for you. Then 3 days later, you back over her house. It's like something draw you back over there. Like in the conversation, you're like, you right, brother. She don't treat me good. You right. And then 3 days later, man, I'm over tying your house, man. She done made me something to eat. Brother, I thought we at the barber shop. I thought we was like, we ain't doing this no more. Too, man, that'll do it to you. When you're lonely, loneliness make you make a lot of decisions that you don't normally make. You know what I'm saying? Make you run the streets and make you do. You gotta be. That's why the brotherhood. You gotta be amongst brotherhood.
That's true.
I'm saying, it's, again, like I said, you know. It's like that, and that's how you get into those other doctrines. I listen to you. Well, I'm actually going with the flat Earth, and I'm actually going with this. It's like you get mixed in all that foolishness that you would not. Human beings, we should not be about a bunch of conversations. human beings, we should not just be talking about everything, bringing up a bunch of biblical topics. Israel never just sat around, meaning regular Israelites, never just sat around and went through every verse in the Bible and said, well, what about this? And what about that? They never would have thought about those types of things. We are the ones that create these doubts in our head. Well, maybe the earth, if it's flat, then the enemy will, once you open that door, he said, well, actually, it could be the pyramids. We actually see the pyramid as a dominant structure on earth. Maybe we're actually seeing it's a triangle. The enemy like, gotcha. Because we're having too many conversations about knowledge. And we think it's just fine. We got to question things, right? We got to question stuff. And we got to talk about stuff. No, you don't. No, you don't. You actually do not. The wise man speaks less and holds on to wisdom and God's wisdom. Israel was not that type of nation. The leaders did that, but the enemy got people just sitting around and discussing everything. And when you discuss stuff, the mind was like, well, if it's that, then it actually could be this. And if it's that, then it actually could be this. And it never ends. It never ends, man. It's a nightmare. As much as I know, I don't let my mind go but so far. And our mind's like, well, if we don't keep questioning stuff, we're going to get deceived again. You're getting deceived by all the questioning. But, it's about family, man. Circumcision of the heart, family, and structure. That's what it's about. I don't know. It's like 4-3. If you're not united in doctrine, what are you united in?
All right.
What do you believe? I mean, and it's not your job to sit around and unite everybody in doctrine. Your job is to follow your path. Where do you need to go? And that's up to you. I ain't saying it's called Yahweh. I'm not saying that may not be what Yahweh wants you at. I'm just saying that what do you stand on? What do you actually believe? What can somebody not talk you out of? Do you have a list of things that you think you can't be talked out of? Or everything you believe, do you think that you can, that someone can present further knowledge to you and maybe you could learn more about it and maybe you're wrong about stuff? What report are you standing on? Right. What in your life do you believe? Or could you just hear, that actually makes a point. Or, I learned kosher from Catriel, but this new brother actually makes a point. And what do you stand on? What is your foundation? Because in your mind, like, well, that's not, I'm just learning more. The path is getting brighter as the day goes on, and I'm getting more educated. A lie. What do you stand on? Could you ever be talked out of Yahweh and Yahshua? Could you ever shave your beard? Could you ever go away from kosher? Could you ever go away from the green ears with this? What do you believe? You can't actually foundationally believe nothing because you don't have leadership and brotherhood around you to keep pushing that for you. Like I said, man, you got the right mind. It's like you're like an old car, man. Every once in a while, it turns over and you can drive it, but like halfway down the road, you lose gas. Just lose gas in it, man. Yeah.
Oh man.